New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
A Newport police officer is behind bars accused of trying to solicit a teenager for sex online. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says a teenage boy filed a report saying Tyler Hatfield asked for and received an explicit picture, and he was also asking the teen to have sexual relations with him. The Sheriff's Office says when they interviewed Hatfield, he confessed. In a statement, the Newport Police Department says they are aware of the charges filed against Officer Tyler Hatfield and have taken immediate steps to remove him from duty. He has been suspended without pay, and the department is cooperating fully with the Boone County Sheriff's Department. An internal investigation by our department will also be conducted. Nothing is more important to this department and to the citizens of Newport than the integrity of our officers. Any allegations of this nature, if true, will not be tolerated. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says Hatfield used Snapchat to communicate with the teen.
I'm not sure there's a problem with Snapchat per se.
Our Fox 19 tech expert Dave Hatter says there is software you can use to block your kids from being on apps that could be used by predators to target them, but there is not a perfect solution. So his advice?
Talking to your kids saying, hey, predators hang out there, showing examples of these kind of stories, saying, if you're using these apps, you should tell me about it.
Hatter says all social media could be used to target your kids.
I don't think it's ever been easier for the bad people or more difficult for parents to protect their kids simply because this stuff is everywhere
now. The beautiful part is how I love that whenever they have specific individuals going after a specific type of minor, they want to generalize it. Right, and they're doing that for a very specific reason, because they're not trying to associate it with very specific people. Like I said, I can clearly see what it is, but if you were, to potentially say it, people start getting mad, start getting antsy, start getting frustrated. They'll try to disassociate themselves away from that and then try to throw some names out there and gaslight. It's amazing to me how it's apparent what is going on, and specifically what this is and what is taking place, but yet you still have people wanting to make it seem as though it's not what it seems to be in reality, right? And then on top of that, it was the 14-year-old who basically turned the evidence over to police. And the other funny thing is that the person that was speaking, I guess he might have been a representative for police, whatever it was, whoever that person is, decided to say that, you have in a sense, a lot of bad actors, right? But specifically, we're not talking about any other actors. We're talking about cops who do this. Cops who swear on an oath, who state that they are going to do everything that they can in order to protect and serve and to make sure that everything is everything. This is somebody who people allowed to be a cop. And notice how nowhere in there, they said that they were doing an investigation. They said that he wasn't going to be paid. But note, they never said that he was fired. If you know for a fact that a minor turned over information telling you that one of yours was actively going after him, this is a guy who was in his 30s. This is a guy that is in his 30s. Who did this? Who is doing this? And no telling how often he's done this or has been doing this. No telling how many minors he has come into contact with. So why not specifically target the cops who are doing this? We already know that we have other individuals out here who are not cops or anything else, who are actively going after, kids. That's in a sense a whole different story, because the court systems allow those individuals to go in and out of prison, in and out of jail, what have you. They give them slap on the wrist, and and they allow them back out. They give them short bails or no bails at all. In some cases, the stories that I've done, you've had certain individuals that have gotten caught 4 times and almost would have got let out on that 4th time. And that was by way of the judge and the lawyers that were proceeding over the case. But like I said before, notice how the media will never do a compilation of cops who have been actively found guilty, or who have so much evidence against them showing that this is something that they're into, that they do. Notice how they won't do that, right? But they're always saying that the cops are the good guys. You might have a few in there amongst the bad ones, but realistically, how many of them can you say are actually good? Because every single time I happen to turn on my computer, there's always a story about a cop going after a woman. There's always a story about a cop stealing something, selling something, lying about something, falsifying evidence against someone, going after kids, taking someone's life for no reason, drunk driving, driving under the influence of narcotics. There's a multitude of stories that I have literally gone through and seen. But yet, nobody wants to highlight those stories whenever cops comes up, because they're like, oh, well, it's not all cops and this or that. And I'm like, okay. All right. You say it's not all cops right now, fine. So be it. You say if there's not enough evidence to basically say that all cops, fine. So be it. I'll give you some evidence, right? Out of all of the bad cops that are there, if you have a few good cops, why aren't all of the good cops arresting, prosecuting, and throwing the book at all of the bad cops? Why aren't all the good cops reporting all of the bad cops all the time? Because if the good cops were actually doing the job that they were supposed to be doing, then guess what? You wouldn't hear anything about corrupt cops. You wouldn't hear anything about cops wanting to go out there and be violent towards ordinary citizens, or them trying to, I'm about to, because I feel a certain type of way about an organization, I'm about to quit being a cop because it's not worth it anymore. You get paid so much money, and then you also get paid overtime. And then on top of that, there's been videos of cops basically sleeping on the clock at the job. But yet you want to get mad because you don't like the organizations that are out there. You want to get mad because people are speaking out against the cops. You want to get mad because all of the stuff that's been going on, that you've known that's been going on, that's wrong, is now being shown to the light. And now you're like, oh, you're frustrated. You're like, oh no, I can't do this anymore. I guess. But like I said before, notice you won't have certain individuals talk about stories like this dealing with cops. You also won't have certain individuals point out the fact that he's going after a very specific minor, and he is a very specific person himself. Just saying. It's very unique, how these things transpire. And people try to disassociate themselves and say that they're not a part of this or that. I'm like, okay, whatever you want to say, John. But let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.